Potter County Judge candidates Debra McCartt and Nancy Tanner have something in common. They're the same age. But in Amarillo terms, they couldn't be more different. Tanner was Miss Caprock High School. McCartt was popular at Amarillo High, the daughter of the Toot and Totem founder.
Obviously, there's a difference in the side of town where we were born and raised. And obviously the Toot and Totem factor. Her family had money, my family didn't. I'm not saying she wasn't happy. I was happy, I'm assuming she was too. But the struggles were there. I've worked for everything I've gotten in my whole life. I've worked hard.
McCartt lost her father at a young age.
My dad died when I was 5 years old, and my mom continued the business. So she grew the business. When she passed away, gosh, now about 18 years ago, there were, I believe at the time, 60 stores. And before she passed, my brother took over, and so I have been out of the business. I'm no longer involved.
How they got to this place in terms of following Potter County Judge Arthur Ware has been controversial. Tanner was Ware's assistant for 20 years before he fired her. McCartt has grown up with Ware and has known him for years. Ware has been judge since 1990. He suffered a stroke in 2010. Tanner says for 2 years she tried to fill in wherever she could. Ware fired Tanner last summer and threw his support behind McCartt.
Judge Ware and I were a good team. We were good friends, as well as his wife and I. We were good. And something happened after his stroke, and I can't say what it was because I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I was put in a bad position because I was given more responsibility without the authority, and so I was in a hard place. So I had to go to meetings and function for the judge, but knowing that he was unable to tell me what he wanted to do or say about it. So I was in a bad position. But I really do think that there were other influences that influenced him to actually fire me. And the only thing he did was say fire, and someone else gave their reasons why they wanted me gone. And that's fine. And for him to support Debra McCartt is a question to me too, a big question mark. I don't understand that.
McCartt says soon after she announced her candidacy, Ware called her.
To be honest with you, I had announced a couple of days, or maybe it was a day before, I got a phone call from Judge Ware, and I did not at that time even know if he was going to be running again for county judge. So until that point, even after I had announced that I was going to run, and I had called him a couple of days earlier, I had told him that this was what my plans were. He called me back and said he has chosen not to run and he would give me his support. So it wasn't anything I asked for. So that makes it even better. And I'm very proud of that support.